Hello, church family. It's May the 28th, 2020, and I'm here with your weekly update. First of all, let me start out with a encouragement from Scripture. John 5:40 says this, "You are not willing to come to me that you may have life." Let's just ponder this and think about this for a minute. In Psalm 42:1, David wrote the following, "As a deer longs for the streams of water, so I long for you, God." Why do most Christians not long for God in this way? Because to long for God means we must get in touch with the deep thirst that is at the center of our being and acknowledge our basic helplessness, a feeling which fallen human beings in our natural state, our worldly nature is not comfortable with. Most of us will instinctually draw back from dealing with a stubborn commitment to independence, pretending that we are all right and okay. In many ways, it is much easier to pretend that we are thirsting after God than it is to face the challenge of giving up our commitment to independence. I am conscious myself that the challenge I'm putting before you is one that I wrestle with in my own soul. And there is a part of me that will sabotage that, this willingness to be independent, and a desire that others would see me thirsting that way as well. So we need to know that this is a self denial to get in touch with this. But it doesn't stop short of identifying my independent strategies. We have strategies for undermining this kind of thirst. I will never get in touch with the deep thirst for God that exists at the core of my being as long as I'm giving in to continual self-independence. What is the answer? I must ask God to search my heart, expose my self-centered motives, and ask and help me to see just where it is that have been stopping short of panting after the Lord. You see, the more deeply we sense our thirst, the more passionately we will pursue the water. But we will never sense that thirst until we are willing to face the fact that we will be drinking more from our own self-constructed wells than drawing life from the wells of God. Okay, that's our devotion today. I hope this is helpful. I hope the prayer for you today that you will recognize your tendency to walk in your own path and pathway, and recognize what the reality of it is. It's a terrible tendency, but it's a terrible sin. We were built for a need for God. All right, a couple things real quick. First of all, Vacation Bible School has been, postponed until next year. We're going to use the same theme, same material, so any work you've done is not lost. Don't feel that way. We will be doing the construction theme for 2021 in the summer there. Second of all, we will be having drive-in service just like we did last week. Here is the map, and you can see that should be in your weekly email from last week. If you didn't get it, please let us know. Passing those out. Lower profile, please get near the platform. Higher profile vehicles in the back. You can bring your chairs, set them out, make it a nice day. We had a 9 o'clock in the morning is a perfect time to be outside in the glorious sun, there. So also, if you're still interested in helping with upgrading the live stream, we're still collecting for that. I'd rather just pay cash, and not go into any kind of debt for that. So if you feel compelled to give to the live stream, we've seen a lot of benefits from that. And I want to just share a quick thing about the drive-in service last week. I don't know if anybody could see this other than me. I think Tony saw it, but there was actually somebody who lives behind the church here on Thomas Boulevard that when we did our gathering outside last week for the drive-in service, he came outside, sat under the small overhang in front of his garage, turned the radio on, and listened to the entire sermon while we were out there. And so, I know it's an inconvenience, but God works in all situations to draw people to Himself. And so we just hope that we'll continue to have a gospel impact. So look forward to seeing you guys Sunday, 9 o'clock worship at the drive-in, 10:15 on my Facebook page. We'll be going through the Discovering Grace class. A couple things have changed since last time, so this will be good. and then we'll have online service, and Common Ground will be open for those who'd like to come in and worship as we are doing the live stream as well. Thank you all, and I would ask that you would lift up Mike and Tana Johnson and my friend David, his wife Kim. Tana's pretty rough shape right now, and Mike's, anybody who's been a caregiver before, So if you would lift them up in prayer, and then my friend David and his wife Kim, I think I saw him on Monday. I coached with him. He didn't go to church here or nothing, but just been a great guy, good friend. And so his wife weighed like 63 or 64 pounds, and she's coming towards the end of her battle with COPD. And so anyway, if you could just be praying for them, I sure would appreciate it, and I know they would. Continue to pray that our gospel efforts we've done online would go forth and have the effect that God desires, and that is namely drawing people to himself. So have a great day. Hope this weekly update's been good, and I look forward to seeing you next time.